Welcome back, my magical star beings. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what makes you hauntingly beautiful. So, the rundown of the reading. First question, we're going to take a look at your beauty, physical, and personality. Second question is, what about your beauty lingers in the mind of others? And question 3 is, who's haunted by your beauty? That's going to be a brief one, and then we'll take a look at zodiacs after. So, in terms of your pile selection, you can either choose your pile based off your zodiac sign, which is in the thumbnail, or based on the card or crystal you're most drawn to. So for pile 1, we have blue lace agate with Amara the menehune. Then for pile 2, we have specular hematite with marine masquerade. And for pile 3, we have lemon chrysoprase with Carnivorous flower fairy. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. So hopefully by now you have picked your pile. Now there's going to be a sponsorship segment of the reading. So if you do want to support the channel, then you can go ahead and watch it. But if you want to get straight into your reading, the timestamps are in the description box below. So I'll see you there. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with a psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable, phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals, but that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. Pile 1, you chose the blue lace agate crystal and Amara the menehune. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you hauntingly beautiful. So your card says Aloha Healing. Now from this card, I feel this energy of somebody that is very soft, serene, moves in this kind of like slow way. You kind of just don't rush through life. You like to take the pleasure in each moment, like romanticize your life, romanticize each moment of your life. I even see someone that is very good at photography. Maybe you post your pictures online and they look very beautiful. And there's something about knowing how to edit the photos, not in a way where you're putting a filter on unless you are, um, or like photoshopping unless you are, but more in the sense of knowing how to make the photos quality crisp and clean. And maybe you make the contrast a little bit higher. It kind of just feels like you bring color to everybody else's world where there is like a lack of joy. And you could just be this very pleasure seeking person, also creative in some way. You enjoy and make the most of little things like, eating your favorite food, listening to your favorite movies, music, whatever it is, there's something about that coming through here. I also hear something about your voice is very beautiful. Spirit guides of pile number 1, what makes them hauntingly beautiful? So we have the 3 fates with what comes around. What makes my pile number 1s hauntingly beautiful? What makes my pile 1s hauntingly beautiful? People feel like they can't catch their breath when they look at you. There's just something breathtakingly beautiful about you where their heart skips a beat in a way. They almost like feel like they not can't breathe, but like they have to catch a breath in the moment. Because they're kind of just taken aback by your beauty. It stands out in some way. So we have the moon. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And we have the world showing up reverse. So I feel like you guys have this natural beauty about you where you don't have to do the most to stand out in some way. Your beauty already naturally stands out. You don't have to go and, do a whole lot. And even if you do enjoy like wearing makeup and, dressing up and all that, there's just this energy of you would be beautiful even without makeup, even without anything. Like you don't have to put a whole lot of effort into your look to almost look effortless in a way. A lot of people think that you have the intimidating type of beauty where they look at you, they feel wowed by your existence. They want to shoot their shot, but they're too afraid to. You may even have a lot of people that hide their feelings from you with the moon, where they feel something towards you and maybe it's attraction or actual feelings, but they kind of hide it or keep it surface level, even though those feelings are deeper, if that makes sense. You're hauntingly beautiful in the sense of people can't get over you. Once they have, fell for you in some way, it's hard to get over you. It's hard to let go of you, even when they want to. And that's what I'm getting from the world reverse and the Ace of Pentacles reversed at the back of the deck. This is the feeling of, please give me a second chance. Please take me back. I want you back. I feel like I can never meet anybody like you again. I feel like I lost my chance or even fumbled the bag. So that's, I guess, ex situationships and stuff like that showing up where they feel like you're almost irreplaceable. They can never find a person like you again. A lot of you could have dark hair, platinum blonde hair, dark eyes, or dark colored eyes like maybe dark blue or something. Or like a dark gray is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. You could have big doe eyes or sort of like round almond eyes that are very beautiful. Your eyes are very cute and they almost enchant people and mesmerize people in a way. Now I'm seeing Tinkerbell in my mind's eye, so some of you could have like a fairy type of vibe to your beauty. Maybe some of you are short and petite, or you just kind of are smaller in nature like a fairy, or you just give off fairy vibes from your look if it's not like your size or height. Maybe you just have a whimsical nature about you. I do get that when people leave your life and they F you over where you have to heal from it, that comes around to them so fast and hits them with karma, like karmic consequence with the 3 fates here. And I think that that kind of makes you hauntingly beautiful because of the fact that you're so energetically protected that when a person just F's you over or leaves your life in a way that maybe not just leaves your life, but like when they hurt you in a way and leave your life, where you have to now go and heal from it, that's when they get pretty heavy karma. And it's almost like part of that karma is not being able to forget you or move on from you or even have another you. Now, I do also think that this pile also attracts some envy and people that almost like want to be you, want to be a copycat of you. And they also get pretty heavy karma when they try to do that. But you're almost hauntingly beautiful to them in the way of like them obsessing over you, trying to emulate you, trying to be you. You have an intimidating hotness to you where people are scared to mess with you as well, but you're also cute at the same time. I also heard fantasy. You almost become people's fantasies without even trying. Page of Cups, Ace of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Some of you could have freckles, and some of you could have like tanned skin or like a medium tonish skin. And if you're on the darker side of the spectrum, then I'm seeing not necessarily like someone that's light skin, but kind of in the middle, if that makes sense. Like a medium tone all around. So I guess just take it as it resonates as per your skin tone. You could also have a very glowy look to your face and very like natural looking eyebrows. Some of you could have thicker shaped eyebrows, whereas some of you is just like normal. It's not too thick, not too thin. But I pick up that your eyebrows almost look perfect in a way, and they look natural when you fill them in. They don't look like overly drawn on in a way. There's no like eyebrow blondness is what I'm seeing. Also, you could, some of you dress in a very feminine, girly way, and people love that. Or you could wear clothes that kind of fit in a way where they're tight in the right areas and loose in the right areas, where they kind of create this romantic, ethereal vibe. And I think that's the way people would describe your beauty, kind of like ethereal, mesmerizing. With the Ace of Wands, people would also describe your beauty as hot. And I think your kind of look is memorable, where people remember it. Like a person could walk past you and remember your face because of how hot you were, whereas they walk by another person that didn't remember it. So yeah, that's what I see. Also, the choices you make in terms of beauty, hair, the way you look, your fashion style just matches you in a sense. So let's say you decide to dye your hair a certain color. It matches you, it suits you. Let's say you decide to wear a certain fashion style. It suits you. So I'm seeing that. I'm also seeing glossy lips. And again, like an overall glowy kind of look on the face. I also see somebody that makes their concealer a little bit brighter and lighter. Like, you know, that bright concealer look? That is really pretty. I see that. Some of you could like to wear darker lipsticks. You can look really pretty in like backless kind of dresses as well. I'm even seeing like halter tops and a unique fashion style where you think of your own ideas. You're not necessarily like copying other people's style. Maybe you're taking inspiration here and there, but you have your own unique fashion sense. That's what I mean. Some of you could like to wear neon colors as well, is what I just heard. And there's this glow you have. That's what I keep seeing. For the men that's watching, some of you could have, you know, very nice looking muscles. I even see dark brunette hair in this pile. And even for the men, something about your eyes are handsome. But you have like very friendly looking eyes. When you're not around, people miss you. So I'd say that's what makes you hauntingly beautiful. You also kind of haunt people with your beauty in the sense of sexuality, like them constantly feeling the need to fantasize about you, constantly craving you in that way. You're also very deep emotionally and sensitive and connected to your feelings. You've healed a lot, you're very mature, but you can still be whimsical and playful at the same time and still connect to your inner child. There's an innocence you have here that makes you hauntingly beautiful in a way where, again, like you're hard to find, like someone like you're rare to find, and people feel like they almost want to replicate that, but they can't. Like that feeling you brought them. You're possibly also someone really fun to be around. You almost like breathe life into the people around you and into the things you're doing. Again, Ace of Wands can represent creativity. That could show up in the way you dress, your look, or just like some kind of art medium you use. But the Ace of Wands can also just show a very like energetic, lively person where people love that about you. So we have the King of Cups upright, the Ten of Swords reverse, and we have the Emperor reverse. So what makes you hauntingly beautiful is you won't allow yourself to be controlled by others. And sometimes you get so attached to people that you get hurt easily that there's almost this energy of I feel like I shouldn't show my vulnerabilities too early on until I know what kind of person they are. There's almost this energy of like, not around here. Like, you're not going to treat me anyhow. You're not going to control me. Because you have this headstrong energy about you where you know what you deserve and you know how you want to be treated and how you will not be treated, it creates this respect where people have to respect you or they're gone for your from your life. So there's something about that that's hauntingly beautiful about you. I keep getting the way you look in your photos, your lips as well. I keep getting the glow of your skin. Your scent is also hauntingly beautiful where it kind of lingers. You could like sit at a place and maybe you're sitting on the couch at like your friend's house and later they go to lie on the couch and they smell your scent there. So I'm seeing your scent kind of lingers behind and is hauntingly beautiful. And people associate your scent with you, whether it's the perfume you use, lotion, your natural scent, but that's what I see. Again, I keep seeing your voice, and I'm seeing somebody that's very good at singing. People want to give you princess treatment or prince treatment, depending on how you want to take it. And people feel like you're hauntingly beautiful because of the fact that they catch feelings for you so fast. It's almost like you bring so much emotional depth into your relationships that it makes people even more emotionally attached to you. You're someone that's resourceful and self-sufficient. Like when it comes to your needs, you're going to make sure you're good and that you're taken care of. You're probably someone that doesn't want to like rely too much on others or depend too much on others in case they try to control you, with the Five of Pentacles opposite the Emperor reverse, because the Emperor reverse can represent a sense of control, then the Five of Pentacles is all about our needs. And sometimes, like when we depend on a person too much, they can have some kind of power over us. So that's why I'm reading it that way. Something about your signature is coming through. Maybe an accent. The bags or purses you wear, the color of your eyes. Something about the words you say to people lingering in their minds. So let's go to the next question now. I feel like you're someone that kind of surprises people in a way, because when they look at you, they expect you to be one way and then you show them that you're actually different. So I don't know what that's about, but that's what I'm seeing right off the bat. And when people are unrealistic in their expectations, expecting the most from you, not willing to give the same in return, you don't satisfy them in a way where you leave them wanting more. And I feel like you just leave people wanting more in general. Like after you leave the room, when you go home, it's just like they want you more and more and more. So we have Breaking Dawn with Violet Angel reverse. What about their beauty lingers in people's minds? What about their beauty lingers in people's minds? Ten of Pentacles reverse. You take action on your dreams and like what you want to come to fruition. You're not going to just talk about your dreams, your goals. You're actually going to make it happen. Ten of Swords reverse. And we have the Four of Swords. You're also just like this very chill person that people feel they can get along with easily, and they want to be around you as a result of that. You either come into people's lives and make their life a whole lot better, or that chapter of their life while you're in it, or worse, depending on how they treat you. Going back to the karma I mentioned, if they treat you really badly, obviously they get really harsh karma, and maybe things go downhill for them where it's almost like this regret of like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. That kind of lingers in their mind because of the beauty you've shown them internally, like the way you treated them. There's a lot of guilt and regret there of like, this person treated me so well and they were a great person and I fucked that up. So there's something about that showing through, but in the sense of you making people's lives better, I feel like you bring growth to people because of your maturity. You just brighten their day because of your lively energy, because of your ability to romanticize each moment. When people truly appreciate you and treat you well, they flourish too, while you're flourishing as well. And they will never forget the moment where you made their life better. So you either bring miracles or karma people's way. The downside to this is sometimes you can be other people's lesson, and sometimes that's not the greatest feeling, but this is coming up here. So what about your beauty lingers? Something about the look in your eyes, like the kind of facial expression you give somebody, specifically the look in your eyes. So imagine you're looking at someone, smiling at them, and there's this happy look in your eyes. They're going to remember that forever. That's going to linger in their mind because it's so beautiful to them. Let's say somebody misses you, someone from your past, and they keep reimagining like past moments together where maybe you were looking at them with so much love, or maybe even anger, whatever it is. Like there's something about your facial expressions people remember because your facial expressions are very like expressive in a way. They're not stoic. At least that's what I feel for most of you here. So that's what's memorable here. Long after you leave, people just don't forget you with the Eight of Cups reversed at the back of the deck. There's also this feeling of like, I wanted this with you. I wanted this kind of outcome with you, but I didn't get that. And that sometimes lingers on people's minds. I see you kind of like doing something almost like silly in a way, like you know, like in movies where people are like trying on clothes and then they're dancing in the clothes or something. I'm seeing like an image of that where it's like someone is almost like letting the silly playful side of them out. People remember that. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups. They remember how you made them feel as well, whether that was regret, loss, happiness, joy, love, vulnerability, whatever it is, that's what's coming through. Again, your scent is what lingers. And people tend to dream about you when they're like haunted by your beauty. You are also other people's muse in a way. You inspire them. So people remember like what inspired them about your look or about your inner beauty. Let's say you were like saying something to a person and someone else overheard it, and you were saying these most like romantic words, and maybe that person's a writer and that inspired them in their romance book where they were feeling a creative block. Or let's say you wore something one day and someone was so inspired by it that they remembered it, and now they sort of added that kind of style or way of dressing to their wardrobe where they tried it out themselves and it just changed the game for them, where they they like that look on themselves. So there's something about inspiration that's coming up quite strongly as well. Something about the way you bat your eyelashes, the way you blink slowly, lingering in people's minds, the way you treated them with so much kindness and love lingering in their minds. Almost this feeling of, I never see that often. So that's like memorable. People may also remember like makeup tips you've given them, fashion tips, tips on taking photos. So I'm seeing you, like, for example, do somebody else's makeup and you're like giving them some kind of tip of how to do it according to their facial structure or whatever. And maybe they take that advice and it works for them and they keep using it. So that is coming through. We have the Eight of Pentacles showing up reverse. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Swords. There's something about your legs that linger in people's minds, the look of your legs. And those you have been intimate with, I'm seeing this image of you like in bed with somebody while you're doing the deed. And you're making like some kind of facial expression of pleasure. And they're kind of like remembering that, fantasizing about that. So I feel like previous sensual partners you've had remember like those little details when you were intimate. Their mind lingers on it because it's sexy to them. There's also something about your voice that lingers. I see somebody dreaming about you, maybe not talking to you for 5 years, and then they dream about you and they hear your voice in the dream, and your voice just lingers in their mind the whole day after that. In terms of your inner beauty, it's your helpfulness, your kindness, your compassion. Because I see somebody being hurt, for example, and you being so kind and compassionate and helping them out. So I even see like generosity, like someone needing something and you helping them with it. What's also memorable and lingers in people's mind is your natural beauty. The fact that maybe you have a sleepover with someone and you wake up the next morning and you have like a bare face, fresh face, and there's no makeup on. You're just in your pajamas. Hair hasn't been brushed yet. Teeth haven't been brushed yet, but you still look gorgeous. And there's just something about your natural look when people see you without makeup or anything that is lingering in their mind of like, oh my gosh, that person's so gorgeous, so handsome. Like, they don't even need to do much to look good. But there's also something about your hyper energy, your chattiness, the things you said to people that linger in their minds. But also the fact that you surprise them in a way. You don't act like how they initially thought you would be like. Like, you know, when people make assumptions and they think you're going to be one way and you turn out another, that's also what lingers in their minds. I'm also seeing you like party with somebody, so that could be like lingering. So hopefully this reading was informative enough. Let me know how it's resonating so far with you in the comments. Now we're going to take a look at who is kind of like haunted by your beauty. We have strangely lonely with holding on way too tight. you know, based on what we spoke about, like in the previous questions, it seems to be a lot of people from your past, a lot of people that lost out on an opportunity with you, that feel like they fumbled the bag with you, that feel almost like lonely without you. Maybe people that experience karma after like messing with you, people that have regrets. And I guess just people that feel lonely without you, where they're holding on to the memories way too tightly. Who is haunted by pile three's beauty? Who is haunted by pile one's beauty? Who is haunted by pile one's beauty? So we have the Queen of Swords reverse. This is someone you don't talk to anymore. In fact, you would never like expect this person. You don't even think of this person very much, but they think of you a lot. Three of Swords reverse. This person is currently healing from the remnants of what was left over in your connection. And this may be like something that happened a long time ago. This may even be multiple people I could be describing, because with you, I feel like there's more people. We have the Queen of Wands. So this is someone that's very confident in themselves, bold. They kind of have like a sassy side to them as well. Maybe a little bit shy at first. Maybe not the most talkative, good listener. But overall, someone that's like very passionate, maybe also creative. We have Two of Wands reverse. Unique as well. Two of Wands reverse, Five of Wands, King of Wands reverse. There is also someone with a lot of anger issues. King of Wands reverse typically represents someone with anger issues or someone that's showing misdirected anger towards you. The Five of Wands here could represent you having some kind of falling out with this person where some kind of like resentment formed because of the bad breakup or bad friendship breakup. Six of Swords. They almost feel like you changed in a way. And Two of Swords. They feel like even if they had to try to like reconciliate with you or kind of like talk about things and try to like figure out your differences, yes, things would change in your dynamic, but they don't know if they want to do that. Because you've changed so much, they've changed so much. This may be someone that's been out of your life for a while, or people that's out of your life for a while, that they almost feel like you've both changed, so what's the point? Like, it could be a decision, but do I really want to do that? That's kind of the feeling that's coming through here. But you are lingering on their minds. Seven of Cups reverse. Five of Pentacles. So we do see a lot of Swords energy and Wands energy. This could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I also just heard Taurus. Next card we have is the Nine of Wands reverse. The Judgment card upright. Even your enemies linger on you, like people that hate on you, that are jealous of you, people you just don't vibe with well. Even they seem to linger on you because I see somebody like hate watching your social media. I guess there's also people you had drama or challenges with, issues with, where they feel like those issues were unresolved. I may even see some family members here, older family members that you had issues with that were unresolved. I feel like there's multiple people here, but they don't know each other. Or they're not connected in any way, but they all kind of linger on your beauty. Most of these people have grown and changed over time. But at the time, it's like you felt like you didn't really receive much from them. Like you weren't really getting what you wanted out of those connections, which is possibly why you're not speaking anymore. So now let's take a look at the zodiacs and initials. Now, these could be the zodiac signs and initials of those that are haunted by your beauty, or it could be your sign or initials. So just take it how it resonates. I also heard that these are people you didn't agree with. Like, you didn't agree with certain beliefs they had, like certain things they were saying. So if you resonate with this so far, let me know how this resonated for you down in the comments. This just boosts the engagement of the video, helping me, so thank you. But even if you just watch, I'm glad you're here and I'm happy you're here. So yeah, even if you just comment like an emoji or the pile you chose, that's okay with me. So we have Mercury with communication, thought process, and intellect. Then we have the 8th house with merging, sex, intimacy, shared finances. That's associated with Scorpio. And Mercury is Virgo and Gemini. Then we have Sagittarius. I heard trust issues now. That could be you or another person. We have Moon with emotion, subconscious moods. With that Moon energy, I feel some kind of emotional release. And the Moon is represented by Cancer. Then we have the 7th house with relationships, marriage, linked to Libra. I want to get some more signs because I have like a lot of houses here. We have Leo. And we have Libra. With Venus, love, harmony, beauty, relationships. This is linked to Libra and Taurus. So whoever is haunted by your beauty still seems to talk about you, obsess over you. The 8th house shows some kind of obsession here where they just like to talk about you, think about you all the time. These were people you were close to with the 7th house, not just like strangers. There are strangers that could feel haunted by your beauty, but most of them are relationships you've had, people you've been close to, people you've invited to your house, people that have met your family. And people you were emotionally connected with the Moon. I think the thought of you also affects their mood. That's what I see here. So let's get our initials now. We have the initial A. Why am I hearing Hot Pockets? Isn't that like a food? We have AM, so maybe somebody that's a morning person. Wakes up really early. S. AMS also reminds me of Amsterdam. We have A again. That kind of reminds me of asthma. T. Sat, maybe somebody sits a lot, like works an office job. Y. Somebody that wants to thank you with TY. It's reminding me of thank you. Z. D. There is also someone that kind of dresses very well, that, you know, takes a lot of, puts a lot of effort into their physical appearance. May almost like designer things, a luxury taste. Very much like looking good from head to toe. That person's haunted by your beauty. DK. F. And N. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading. I do hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to join my memberships. So thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pile 2, you chose the Specular Hematite Crystal with Marie Masquerade, Glamour, Intrigue, Drama. We're going to take a look at what makes you hauntingly beautiful. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so let's get straight into it. Spirit guides of pile number 2, please take me into... Spirit guides of pile 2, please tap me into their beauty, Okay, we have our trick-or-treating reverse with We're Here. What about my pile two's beauty is hauntingly beautiful? What about their beauty is hauntingly beautiful? We have the Queen of Swords reverse. So what I'm getting with our trick-or-treating reverse and Queen of Swords reverse, you know how like when you go trick-or-treating, you have to like literally knock on somebody's door or ring the doorbell in order to get a response from them? I feel like you don't have to go up to people and like ask them for their validation or ask them for compliments, because you already have your own confidence within yourself. You don't need that validation externally. And so there's almost this energy of people just willingly wanting to come up to you and compliment you and tell you what they like about your look. But with the Queen of Swords reverse, some people could even like hold back on their compliments because maybe they're too shy to. But I get that you don't have to go out there and ask people. It kind of just comes to you on its own naturally. So we have 10 of Swords reverse and we have 10 of Pentacles reverse. So I heard that you're funny. Like you have this way of making people laugh. You're very charismatic too. There's something about the hairstyles that you do that kind of linger on people's minds. And also your warm smile. I feel like people feel very invited whenever they're somewhere because of your warm smile. You go out of your way to include others and make sure that they're comfortable. Like, let's say you're hosting some kind of like get together and someone brings a +1 and that person doesn't really know anybody there. Maybe you go out of your way to make them comfortable in some way. I see threaded eyebrows as well. Like something about the shape of your eyebrows, something about the length of your lashes, the curl of your hair as well. People also like your side profile and the way your nose looks from the side. You could have a very straight looking nose from the side profile. Some of you could have highlights. But we also see different variations of hair color here, like blonde, brown. Blue eyes is coming up in both of these photos. But here they also look to have like brown, hazily eyes. Here is blue eyes. I'm seeing jewelry that's very stunning and like eye-catching in a way. I'm specifically seeing like someone wear these dangly earrings that are very sparkly, like they have diamonds in it, which is interesting because you chose the sparkly crystal. I don't know if some of you like to wear glitter, like maybe body glitter, glitter in your eye makeup, or in your makeup in general, or if you like to wear kind of like glittery clothes or something like that. You also know how to like experiment with fashion and make it work in a way. Like something that almost seems like it wouldn't work, you know how to like make it work. You almost wear outfits that other people question if they could pull off. There's something about your waist being snatched because I'm looking at her corset here and how small her waist looks here. There's also something about you looking very poised in your photos, very posed, like in the right way. You're glamorous in some way and you dress to impress my pile twos. You could possibly like luxury or dress in a more bougie way. Since I was even seeing like sparkly diamond earrings. You could want to be like spoiled in a relationship because I see somebody like buying you this like expensive jacket and taking it off you. So it's interesting because we have like Marie, I think it's based on like Marie Antoinette. You know how like she was always remembered for what she did, whether it was bad, good, like She was remembered for it, mostly bad, but I'm not saying you're remembered for bad things. But what I am saying is people remember the things you do. Maybe you're leaving some kind of legacy behind. And with that, since she is remembered for bad things, make sure you're remembered for good things. People could also like linger on the drama you've had or made. Or maybe some of you like to gossip. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, let's get some more cards. We have the moon. I'm seeing something about your walk. Like, you know how to almost walk like a model, because I'm seeing somebody like walk and they're walking like a runway model, like in a very fierce way. People can tell you have a lot of confidence in yourself. So the moon, 8 of swords and 3 of swords reverse. There's this feeling of people looking at your beauty and being like, why wasn't I blessed with this kind of beauty? Why them, not me? Or there's almost weird feeling of competition, of like, I don't want you to take the attention of me. So some people could feel that way towards you. I don't think that's everybody. There's something about your smile that is hauntingly beautiful, but also the rosiness of your cheeks. If you contour your face, that too. I feel like you also embrace natural features that you have. A lot of you are like embracing certain things you may have previously been insecure about. So, for example, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing someone with like very hairy arms, and maybe they used to be very insecure about it, shaving it off. Now they just let it grow and, don't give a F. Something about that is coming through in a way of like people loving that you're accepting yourself, that you're not like letting your insecurities define you in a way. And even if you do certain things to your look, where you change it in a way to make yourself feel better, to make yourself not feel any insecurities about that specific thing, then I guess you're just doing what makes you feel confident. Something about your eyeliner too. I see somebody with dimples. Even dimples in the back. I see somebody with piercings, tattoos, the High Priestess, the Six of Pentacles reverse, and the Hierophant. There's something about the length of your hair in general, that's like one of your best features. Your waist too, or like your body, around that area. Even if you're a man, there's something about like the chest area, the stomach area. There's also something about your intelligence that is hauntingly beautiful, my pal twos. You're focusing on you, pouring into you before you pour into others. You've learned to be a little bit selfish with your time and energy, knowing your worth, knowing that you're the one that's coming first. You can help other people after, but you're the one that's coming first. I'm hearing that sound from TikTok that's like, I gotta put me first. You're also very perceptive, observant. You're able to easily tell what a person's like just in the first meeting. Whether you will be friends with them or not, just in the first meeting. Although you're warm and friendly, you're also very observant and perceptive, and you notice little things other people don't. You could be someone that's very spiritual, yet also materialistic at the same time. But you're also very wise, even for your age. Like, no matter what your age is, you're wise. You're more wise than the people your own age. You could be very disciplined, restrictive with yourself, um, especially when it comes to your goals. Like, let's say you have a goal of like, I want to lose a certain amount by this month. Um, Maybe you're like very strict with your own diet. That's what I'm seeing for somebody here. Of course, I'm not encouraging anybody to do that, but I'm just seeing that come up here. Do what's healthy for you. As long as it's healthy, that's okay. There's also something about your cheekbones that are hauntingly beautiful. The look on your face when you receive something you like from another person. Because I just keep seeing you being spoiled by another person in some way with like gifts. Or maybe people imagine you would be that kind of person. You also don't ask for much. You're not like entitled asking for the most. But whatever you do ask for, it's reasonable. But somehow people just want to give things to you or help you in some way and even be generous with you. Some of you could have smaller, poutier lips. You could have an amazing taste in music, very private. You could have a nice perfume smell. I'm seeing someone here that does tarot. And someone here could be married because I'm seeing a ring in my mind's eye. Or people could see you as marriage material. I keep seeing your intelligence as one of the things that are hauntingly beautiful. I'm seeing someone wear like platform shoes. People almost feel hooked to your beauty. Now I'm seeing Gemini energy, the symbol in my mind's eye. And I'm seeing somebody that's very cleanly and hygienic, both with their physical, environment, but also themselves, I guess. People would describe your beauty as very hot, almost like the type of beauty that's out of their league. People almost just like want to stop and stare at you. Like, I see their jaw to the floor because of how shocked they are by your beauty. I see someone that wears sunglasses a lot and someone with straightened hair or straight hair. I'm also seeing the Aries symbol in my mind's eye. People like the fact that you're real. You say what's on your mind and you call a spade a spade. You're honest about things, you're raw about things. You're not like pretending to feel one way when you don't. I keep seeing humor. And I see somebody that keeps promises. Let's take a look at the next question. What about their beauty lingers in people's minds? What about their beauty lingers in people's minds? We have Lady with a Bosch egg with Ancient Wisdom reverse. What about their beauty lingers on people's minds? For pile 2, please. What about their beauty lingers on people's minds? I'm getting like you have like people around you that are curious about you. Like as soon as they see you, they're wondering like what type of person you are, wanting to speak to you. But some of you also have like an RBF or like an unapproachable kind of beauty where people hesitate to approach you. They almost feel like you wouldn't want to talk to them or you would reject them in some way. So that's what lingers on their mind. The fact that they want to talk to you, but they almost feel like they would be rejected by you. Your confidence is what lingers on people's minds where they try to emulate that themselves. They almost look up to it in a way, and in situations where they don't feel confident, they would almost like want to channel your energy in a way. Like, when you find somebody inspiring, like for example, what I'm thinking of in my mind is, what's her name again? You know how Addison Rae, I think that's her name, is like very inspired by Britney from the Y2K era. From moments in the 2000s, maybe taking inspiration from her. I don't know if she takes inspiration from her music, her clothes, or what, but I've seen people say that. So I'm thinking of that in my mind now. You're kind of like that it girl, it guy. Something about the way you just carry that confidence with you, that bougie energy I spoke about earlier, is something that also lingers on people's minds. Maybe if you dress in a more of a bougie way. The way people almost feel like, I want you, but would I even be good enough to have you, lingers on their minds. Knight of Cups. Something about your perfectionism or how perfect you almost seem to others. We have the King of Wands reverse. Again, you have that unapproachable beauty that lingers in people's minds. Nine of Wands. And with your unapproachable, intimidating kind of hotness, you also kind of seem like you have a guard up, like you don't trust others easily. So what lingers on their minds is the fact that they almost have to jump through hoops to get you to notice them or pay attention to them. I think the people you've rejected feel angry at the fact that you rejected them, which is, I don't know why that's coming through, but oh my gosh, the Hanged Man, the King of Swords, and the Ten of Wands showing up reverse. I'm seeing someone that's like very much a girly girl. You could have a, kind of like a sun-kissed look with your cheeks. Earlier I mentioned rosy cheeks. I keep seeing that as well. There may also be something unforgettable in the sense of something you may be insecure about that you wouldn't expect others to almost notice or like. So imagine I'm like someone with like dark circles and somebody finds that look attractive, but maybe I'm insecure about it. That could be an example of the energy. If you ever do a plait in your hair, something about your smile, which I think I did mention earlier in the other section of the reading, your charisma, as well as your patience, and the fact that you don't give up on what you want or what you desire, even if there's challenges there. Also, your success mindset. You're somebody that believes in yourself a lot, where you believe you can accomplish anything, and that's gotten you far in life. And I feel like people almost see that mindset you have and like want to take that on themselves, thinking in that way. Again, something about your intelligence lingers in people's minds. Three of Pentacles reverse, the Empress reverse. Some people feel dumb in comparison to you, and that lingers on their minds. So yeah, the Empress, Three of Wands, and the Nine of Cups reverse. I'm also hearing that you're a very carefree person, and that lingers on people's minds. Again, I'm picking up on that perfectionism energy of you planning every detail out, being almost meticulous with your plans or whatever you're focused on. And even when things don't go your way, you stay believing in yourself with a positive mindset. And I think that's worked out beautifully. I think you guys are master manifestors, and that's definitely something that lingers on people's minds. Also, something about your talents lingering on people's minds, where they find that talent beautiful. They find your organization beautiful. So Four of Swords, the World reverse, the Knight of Swords. How you always just seem put together. Like nobody can catch you on a bad day. Even if there's bad lighting, you still look good in your photos. Even if you like go to the store, you're not like just wearing anything. Again, nobody can catch you on like a bad day where you're looking bad. What lingers about your beauty is the fact that even when people try to find flaws, they can't find any. So I guess people see you as flawless. Your chilled personality and vibe, your self-love. A lot of you have this badass energy about you. You're go-getters, and that's what lingers on people's minds. So now let's take a look at the next question. So who is haunted by pile number 2's beauty? Also something about the hairstyles you do. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Who is haunted by pile number 2's beauty? So we have Death in the Maiden reverse with invasions, boundaries violated, and dominance. I guess these would be people pleasers. People that are very meek, quiet, afraid to take up space, afraid to hurt another person's feelings, would never want to like dominate the room, would never want to violate boundaries of yours or be invasive. Not very jealous or possessive people, just very soft, gentle people that are sort of mesmerized in some way by the way you look. These would be people that really care, that would never want to hurt you. We have Judgment upright. We have Two of Swords. And I'm getting that you have past, present, future people here. So even people you will meet in the future are showing up here. So Two of Swords, Seven of Swords reverse. I guess these would be people that are also finding it hard to trust people. These would be people that maybe find it hard to make a decision and kind of like take into consideration everybody else's point of view or everybody else's opinion. Again, people-pleasy energy showing up where it's like they don't make their decisions for themselves, they make it for others, or they're always like scared of what other people will think if they make a certain decision. Like, let's say an example I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like, let's say somebody goes back to their ex and their ex was toxic and they know people are going to judge them for it, but they go back anyways and they feel embarrassed by it, but they almost try to hide it from the world because they don't want to be embarrassed by that. These are people that care a lot about what others think. These would be people that are maybe a little bit more extroverted and have a hard time being alone or struggle with loneliness in some way. These would also be people that have some kind of admiration for beauty and aesthetics, for fashion, for makeup. And these would be people that love animals or pets. So Three of Pentacles reverse. I'm seeing past co-workers, past schoolmates, Queen of Swords reverse, Three of Wands, the Devil reverse, and the Page of Swords reverse. I guess I'm picking up on the energy of someone that is pure in nature, but also struggles to take responsibility for their own life. These would be people that also have confidence in themselves and aren't jealous of you in any way. These people have like a distracted vibe about them where they struggle to focus. They may be quiet, shy, reserved. Yet when they're comfortable around a person, may be very confident in the way they talk and chatty. These are bold, extravagant people that like being extra in some way. May sometimes like to hear other people's gossip or drama, but doesn't like being in drama themselves. And some of these people you don't even know. These are people that maybe view you on social media, strangers, silent supporters that are kind of curious about you, watching your every move in a positive light. So who is haunted by Pile 3's beauty? People that struggle to admit where they're wrong, and hold on to things other people did to them. like how another person hurt them or whatever. The World, King of Swords, Strength reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. So these are people that can be vulnerable, can have an emotional side, but also more of a logical, rational side where there's a balance between both. These are people that are sort of looking to change their life, and there's some kind of fated energies here of like maybe they were meant to be in your life or served as some type of lesson, but not all of them served as a type of lesson. Maybe some of them were meant to come into your life, were kind of like a blessing to you. And you do have some people from your past that you may have moved on from that still talk about you. Like people you don't really talk to anymore, but then they still talk about you. And you may already intuitively have an idea of who that could be. And I hear this person maybe wants to reconnect with you and felt that you got bored of them. So now let's pull your zodiac sign. So let me know down in the comments how this reading resonated for you so far. Even if you just leave a comment about like the pile you picked or some emojis, it does help boost engagement for the video. So I do appreciate that, and I appreciate you being here and watching this reading with me that I'm making, of course. So yeah, let's see these zodiacs. This is intended to be their zodiacs, the ones that are haunted by your beauty. But it could also be your own zodiac sign or initial coming through. So there's something about you having this polished appearance or image or reputation. Again, it's like people can't find flaws even if they try, Taurus. We have moon energy, which is related to emotion. So these are people that you're emotionally connected to or were emotionally connected to. And with Taurus next to moon, these would be people that almost made you feel secure in your emotions, made you feel like you weren't all over the place, like up and down with your emotions. Like, you know, when somebody is like not making you feel secure in a relationship where you almost become irrational emotionally, this would be the opposite of that, where you just feel very calm, you feel very grounded, you feel like you can count on them. And that's both past, present, future energies. So we have Aquarius as well. Some of these people could kind of be detached in a way with Aquarius moon, or you could kind of be detached. Perfectionistic too with Virgo and the moon. And the moon is related to Cancer energy. I don't know if I mentioned that. Then we have the 9th house, which relates to spirituality. And I'm hearing the word reinvention. So these people could be like reinventing themselves based off their spiritual beliefs or philosophical kind of knowledge they've gained over time. And yeah, that's Sagittarius energy. Then we have the 4th house, which is also Cancer energy. And it relates to family. So you could have family kind of like finding you beautiful in some way. Then we have Sagittarius. And the 2nd house with money values, which kind of confirms what I said about the bougie energy. Could be people that are free-spirited, perfectionistic, unique, grounded, not overly emotional, but connected to their emotions, stable in the emotions, have a good family life, maybe even a spiritual or religious upbringing, had a stable, secure kind of family life or connection to the family, but might have had parents that were very strict. I even see somebody like feeling this way that's an orphan, like someone looking at you like this, that's haunted by your beauty. Let's see what initials we have. I just heard the name Carmen. We have the initial P. I'm also seeing someone say call me, so maybe someone's waiting for your call. PM reminds me of someone that's a night owl, loves to go out at night, loves to party, almost like comes alive at the nighttime. X, also maybe wants to hang out at night a lot. S, I, someone that's chronically online or likes to FaceTime people for hours or call people for hours. D, Y, E, dye makes me think of hair dye, someone that dyes their hair often. A, I, someone that, oh no, that's T, sorry. Z, and J. So that is what I have for you. I do hope this reading resonated. Please let me know how this resonated with you down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Also, if you enjoyed this reading and you want to check out my membership to see more exclusive content from me, if you want to join, I would really appreciate that. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Pile 3, you chose the lemon chrysoprase crystal with the Carnivorous flower fairy. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you hauntingly beautiful. So spirit guides of pile number 3, what makes pile 3 hauntingly beautiful? So from this card, Carnivorous Flower Fairy, I'm getting this energy of someone that is almost dangerous but seductive. Now, you may not consider yourself like this dangerous person, but there's almost this energy of someone that is a heartbreaker with Mend a Broken Heart Fairy. Even if you don't break hearts, people could perceive you that way. Kind of like this dangerous seductress. You're tempting, they want to resist you, but they know they shouldn't go there because it's dangerous, it's tempting, but they want to go there anyways, and they're scared of getting heartbroken. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing Jennifer Check from Jennifer's Body, and I'm seeing like this man-eater energy. Regardless of gender, there's just something about that, or sexuality. Even if you're not into men, there's just something about people viewing you that way, like based off your beauty. Some of you could have paler skin, with more of a high contrast look, where maybe you have like very dark hair, pale skin, light eyes. Some of you have an alt aesthetic, or kind of like a more sexy, revealing aesthetic. I don't think that's an aesthetic, but like way of dressing. Ace of Swords, Six of Cups reverse, and Nine of Swords reverse. Some of you could have like a baddie look to you as well. I'm seeing somebody here that smokes. You almost just give that look of someone they would want to pursue, that would almost chew them up and spit them out. Even if you're not like that in personality, and I'm not praising that energy of someone that's like a heartbreaker or a player, but this is just what I'm reading here. So people are very intimidated by your beauty, and that's why they find it hauntingly beautiful. People are definitely very scared of rejection, and I even see people in the past like thinking about approaching you, but then never actually doing that because they're too scared of rejection, where they have like an attraction towards you for the longest time, but never say anything and just think about you. And some of you could be the opposite in personality, where you're like the biggest sweetheart or the biggest romantic, but yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of sex appeal here, where I feel like people almost see you as a heartbreaker. You may also attract a lot of envy your way as a result of your beauty. And some of you may seem to almost give off the vibe of embracing chaos, embracing your dark side. You seem like this very thoughtful person once a person gets to know you. You could have a very nicely shaped nose. downturned lips, a heart-shaped face or round face, or even like an oval face with like high cheekbones. Or if you have like a rounder face, I see like rounder cheekbones, but there's something about the cheekbones that are very nice. I even see like an upturned nose. I see like smoky eye makeup looks, eyeliner, dark lipsticks. Next, we have the Ten of Wands reverse. We have the Eight of Swords reverse. And we have Justice. So I heard the word complicated. Maybe you have a complexity to your nature and personality that people find hauntingly beautiful. You're also someone that is almost like very sentimental and nostalgic, and you hold on to things that you find dear to your heart. Like, let's say you had for example, a grandparent that passed on and maybe they gave you something and you kept it. I'm getting the energy of someone that's sentimental. I'm even seeing like a rock star girlfriend type of aesthetic. And now in my mind's eye, I'm seeing a completely opposite type of vibe aesthetic. I'm seeing like a boho vibe now in my mind's eye, and I'm seeing somebody that has like a coastal beach girl, beach guy type of look to their outfits, if that makes sense. Like I see somebody on holiday at the beach and they're wearing like this long colorful dress and having like a colorful flower in their hair. So that could be applicable for some of you. You could like to wear highlighter on your cheeks. That definitely stands out in some way. There's something about the shape of your lips that's hauntingly beautiful. Like, for example, I'm seeing Lana Del Rey's lip shape, and I love her lip shape. So I'm seeing that as an example. I'm seeing almond or smaller eyes, a wider nose, a slimmer look to the body and appearance. Some of you could have like more gaunt cheekbones, and I don't know if you've seen like lately that's gone into fashion style where people are going for that look. So if you have it naturally or even unnaturally, like I like that. I'm seeing very arched eyebrows, flowy soft hair, and moisturized skin. You could be very honest. You don't hold back from your honesty and what you truly want to say. You could be somebody that gets bored easily and needs to find many ways to entertain yourself or keep yourself busy. A lot of you could have type B personality types, but people almost think you seem free in a way, and that's hauntingly beautiful. Like, you don't seem boggled down by responsibilities or stresses that kind of keep you down. And even if you do have responsibilities, you don't seem boggled down by it where it's like too much to handle. There's something about your walk that seems very graceful. So what I'm getting in my mind's eye is like, you know how Morticia walks, but she doesn't like walk with her legs, she kind of glides. There's that kind of energy of like a smooth kind of walk, if that makes sense. Eight of Cups reverse. Something about your behind area, the booty, or your back or something. Like if you're a man, I even see like maybe your back muscles or something. Or even as a woman, you can have like back muscles and it could look good. Moon. Three of Swords reverse. There's something about people liking your symmetry in your face. There's a depth in the way you look. You don't look like a superficial person. Even in terms of your aesthetic, like when people analyze the fashion style you have, it kind of has depth to it. It doesn't look like empty and soulless. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm getting. Maybe you have some kind of creativity. I see someone here that's a content creator and makes videos. And I'm seeing this sultry but soft voice. I'm also seeing something about your laugh and your cheerful nature when that does come out. But you also have these intense, seductive looking eyes. I'm seeing somebody be good at maths and be like intelligent in the sense of like being good at maths, being very calculative, but not in a bad way, in a way that's like strategic and helps you in some way. So we have the Hierophant reverse, the Four of Cups, the Seven of Cups reverse, and the Tower reverse. So some of you could have had something you didn't like about the way you looked previously, and maybe you did something to change it. People are noticing that. There's also something about you aging gracefully in some way. The Hierophant confirms your intelligence and wisdom being hauntingly beautiful. I also feel like it's the way you move your body, your hips as a woman. But even if you're a man, something about the way you move your body, the way you walk. If you're a man, well, this could be for everybody, but I see it like for a man here. There's female coworkers that you have that find you very attractive. Because I'm seeing like a man at an office space in my mind's eye, and the women around him are like finding him very attractive, almost like trying to be extra nice to him. Your eyes are definitely one of your best features, your cheekbones too, and your fashion style. So that is all I have right now. So let's take a look at the next question. Okay, so what about their beauty lingers on people's minds? What about pile three's beauty lingers on people's minds? So we have Fairy of the Highlands with It's Time to Be Brave showing up reversed. I feel like there's some kind of shock factor when people see you, in a good way, where it's like, I'm almost shocked because you don't see somebody that beautiful, that attractive every day. For some, I'm even getting like a classy vibe. We have the Queen of Cups. And with It's Time to Be Brave, people feel very nervous in front of you. People feel like they'd be rejected by you, like they can't approach you. Again, an unapproachable type of beauty. So Queen of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and Strength reverse. I feel like what is hauntingly beautiful, what lingers here, is the fact that you take your insecurities and you make it beautiful in some way. So whether that is highlighting them in a way that brings out the beauty in it, or whether it is like how I said before, looking at something you don't like about maybe the way you look and changing it. But that's basically what I'm getting. You also make your strengths and weaknesses maybe not known, but like you work on both. A lot of you could have curly hair, thin eyebrows. Again, the cheekbones are coming up, the fashion style, lingering on people's minds. Curly hair. I see the vision, especially like when it comes to things you're wearing. The Lovers is showing up reverse with the Five of Cups reverse. So you seem like this very soft person once people have gotten to know you, where you're in touch with your emotions. I think once people get to know you, they see that you are a sweetheart, like how I described before, that you wouldn't want to like hurt anybody's feelings, but people might still kind of get that heartbreaker vibe from you a little bit. Like, even if you're not intentionally trying, they might almost feel like you are looking for something serious right now, or something like that. Or like, they're just so beautiful that so many people would want them, that they almost just shy away from asking you out. I'm getting someone that is breaking away from traditions, that's non-conforming, that's making their own rules, going to the beat of their own drum. Something about that trait you have could linger on people's minds. Your hugs could linger on people's minds too. And the way your body feels, like if somebody has touched your body in more of a sensual way, that lingers on their mind. Also the way you smell and your smile. The emotions that you felt in the moment also linger in their mind. So let's say somebody made you cry, that lingers on their mind and they feel bad. Let's say someone made you really happy, that also lingers in their mind. The fact that you're working on your goals, working very hard towards that, but not like screaming it to the whole world, is lingering on people's minds. I also see that some people could be very different from you, and your differences almost stand out in a good way where that makes you linger on their minds. We have the moon, we have the tower reverse, and we have the death card reverse. I'm seeing piercings, specifically like a nose piercing. So some people may think that you need structure in your life, but like I said, you maybe embrace chaos. Like maybe you're the type of person that can multitask or do many things at once, and you don't need like a structured routine. You kind of just like go with the flow in your own way. You do what you feel like in the moment work-wise. But some people may feel like you need more structure, like from their opinion. Something about that lingers on people's minds. Especially when they almost like want to fix your routine for you, which is a little bit like invasive. Maybe not invasive, but like crossing boundaries in a way. Because that's unsolicited. You never ask for it unless you're asking somebody like to help you with your schedule routine. But yeah, something about you being the prize. The Lover's reverse can also indicate you lingering on people you've been with romantically's mind. If you travel a lot, something about that could be beautiful and linger on people's minds. Also, the fact that you won't change yourself to fit in or please others. You are yourself authentically. You can be very emotional and sensitive, and you're a problem solver. You're not someone that, like complains a lot. 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups reverse, 9 of Swords reverse. You may be a great storyteller, great at giving advice as well. People just see you as very hot. Something about your hotness lingers on their mind. Something about their lust for you also lingers in their mind. Maybe fantasizing with the Ace of Wands. The fear and the nervousness of like, would you reject me lingers on their minds. 6 of Cups reverse represents like memories you've had maybe together with people. Someone here is Italian. I just heard Italian. Your laugh. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Also the smell of your hair. The accessories you wear. The look of boredom and disinterest on your face. So that is all I'm getting for that part. Let's take a look at the next question. So who is haunted by Pile 3's beauty? Who is haunted by Pile 3's beauty? I feel the energy of someone that is a maximalist or someone that almost like embraces being extra in a way. They don't want to be minimalist. They don't want to dress in like a clean girl aesthetic. That's the vibe I'm getting, at least like from the vibe, the look. So we have Lantern Fairy with a clear solution. These may be people that focus more on the problem than the solution. And they're kind of like thinking about how you are more solution focused, and maybe they want to learn from that in a way. Or talk to you about a problem they have where they can't like figure out what to do in the situation. Maybe they want to ask you. Maybe you have a lot of people that like ask you for advice or like care about your opinion or your advice, where they take it very seriously and they respect it. They respect your time. They respect the information and input you give. So we have the 4 of Swords, the 8 of Cups reversed, and Judgment. So these could be people that have left your life or you left their life, and they're just unable to get over you, unable to forget you. That's the 8 of Cups reversed, but that's not everything we see here. There could still be people in your life that are still currently in your life that are present here in this part of the reading. I see very chilled, laid back types of people. I see people that maybe like give up easily, if that makes sense. And I also see people that are authentic to themselves, won't change themselves to fit in. I see people that kind of like wouldn't do anything outside of their values to almost like impress another person. Um, let's say someone is like, talking shit about their friend, and that person can maybe offer them valuable opportunities. They will stand up to that person even though they can offer them valuable opportunities. Whereas maybe another person would like put their morals and values to the side and just keep quiet because of the opportunities. So that's what I'm seeing. These are people that are keepers. Two of Swords. And I see them being very protective over you. I heard gatekeeper. That could either mean they literally gatekeep what they have, or they are almost like protective over you. So 7 of Cups reverse. I hear talented people. People that always have your name in their mouth in a good and bad way. But I feel like most people here do respect you. So the Devil reverse, Queen of Swords reverse, and 8 of Swords reverse. What I'm seeing in my mind's eye is Claire from, I think her name's Claire, if I'm not mistaken, from Modern Family. We could have someone that looks like that or acts like her. What I'm specifically seeing about her is like her need to always be right. I'm seeing that in my mind's eye when I look at the Devil reverse. Someone that just can't admit when they're wrong or can't admit defeat, okay? Someone that is almost like competitive, wants to win. Maybe not competitive with you, or competitive in like a nasty way, but more so like, let's say you're playing a game together, or let's say this person does sports, or, whatever it is, it's not that serious. It's not coming through as like envious. You could also have some people you didn't trust or don't trust here, but that's not everybody. People that are almost like unfiltered and unhinged in their sharing of things. So let's say they share their opinion, they're not gonna like hold back. They're gonna like fully say what's on their mind, whether you agree with them or not. I'm also seeing someone that kind of like is a little bit ruthless in an argument, where they would say things that would like make a person almost insecure. Like I see them arguing with somebody and maybe being petty and saying something about their hairline, their biggest insecurity. I don't think they're petty all the time, but like in arguments they can be. We have people that have a great sense of humor, that are always on time or good with time management. People that are loyal, that are like a safe space to you. People that are very decisive and know what they want, and they don't want to like have too many people they're seeing. Like maybe they put all their eggs in one basket in dating. They don't like to see like multiple people, and they also don't like to choose between like, multiple options. They want to have like a simple choice. Maybe there's some that live their life with simplicity, some that are quite realistic about life. You have some controlling people here that are haunted by your beauty, especially when it comes to work. This could be like a controlling boss, or someone that's like very meticulous with their work, where they always have to be in control, where maybe they ask somebody else to do something and they have to double check that person's work because they're afraid of mistakes. I'm just getting like a very perfectionistic vibe from this last group of people, where it's like they're meticulous about everything they do. They need some kind of sense of control in their work, in their life. And then Five of Swords upright with King of Wands reverse confirms what I said about someone that's petty when they're mad, because King of Wands reverse is a card that represents anger to me, and then Five of Swords is a card of pettiness to me. We have people that are smart with the decisions, complex as well. Love nature. tend to be misunderstood, tend to give to those they care about, but not be like totally generous to everybody. So let's get these zodiacs. So let me know down in the comments how this has resonated with you so far. Any engagement helps with the video. Even if you just comment the pile you chose with like an emoji, that's okay. But even if you don't, thank you for being here and watching. So let's see, we have Saturn, which is associated with Aquarius and Capricorn, as well as restrictions, limitations. So the intention is to pull, not cards, but like zodiacs for those that are haunted by your beauty. But if I do mention yours, that's just more confirmation. So these could be people that have dealt with a lot of restrictions, limitations in life, have had a lot of responsibility even from a young age, but are very disciplined and focused. Taurus, I'm seeing somebody that's very elegant. We have the 6th house, which makes sense because I picked up on someone that's perfectionistic. It's related to Virgo. We have Mars energy, which makes sense because we mentioned anger. So this could be like a hot-headed person I'm picking up on. With Mars energy, it's associated with Scorpio and Aries. Then we have Virgo, makes sense. We have 10th house, so people that are very focused on their career at the moment. I want to get some more zodiacs because I just have like houses and planets here. Okay, we have Leo. That came up in another pile as well, I think. As well as Pisces. So for some reason, I'm seeing Billie Eilish in my mind's eye. We could have somebody that's haunted by your beauty, that likes her music, that looks like her or has like a vibe like hers. What I'm thinking of specifically is her eyes. Maybe they have like very big eyes like her, or eyes that are almost like captivating in a way. I also see people that are sporty and athletic, T. I see somebody that you got the ick from, I, and didn't want to like hang out with, C, E, Q, U, Y, S. US reminds me of someone from the US, literally J, D, N. Also, interestingly enough, I think it's gonna start to rain now. Maybe there's somebody that loves the rain. N and M. So that is what I have for you. I do hope this reading resonated with you. And I'm also feeling the energy of someone that's a foodie because I'm tasting like a delicious grilled cheese in my mouth right now. So yeah, that is all I have for you. I do hope this resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you like my readings and want to check out my membership, I would really appreciate it. But yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.